Alright, so for this video we're going to be showing you guys how to exactly build this iron farm that I designed for 116 and above, or actually 115 and above. So this will work in 115, you will need some other modifications that you just don't, pretty much you don't need all these carpets here. You would only need some of them just to block the pillows on the top of the bed, but just to be sure if you ever update to 1.16, you would want to have these extra carpets and string on top of the beds to pretty much keep the villagers from waking up on top of the beds. So yeah, some things, this will work perfectly fine in your world, but if you unload the chunks, actually because you want to build this in the right spot, you'll build it in your spawn chunks. This way this never unloads and breaks like it is for me because I didn't build it in the spawn chunks. But yeah, some things break just because of switching between Optifine and Sodium. Since I'm on Sodium right now, I built it in Optifine just for the shaders, but make sure you build it in the spawn chunks. You won't have any issues like this right here where the comparator clock stays completely on and then you have to go update it. But yeah, fully stackable modular design. We're going to build the 2x2 right here. You can obviously extend it more, which you can connect in between these guys and connect them like that, but I found this one to be pretty good because you can stack a good amount before you reach world limit. And yes, you are in a flat world, so you can stack a little more, but we only go up to about 200, I believe. Yeah, 211. So in a normal world, you can probably stack 4 to 5 on top of each other, depending on if you build it in the plains or something that has like very low block count, so height. So, and with the new addition in 117, hopefully this farm stays the same, and then we can stack it even higher because we can go 64 blocks higher and 64 blocks lower. So you could stack this thing pretty high if you ever decided to do that. But yeah, so this module right here produces about 36,000. Alright, so one of the 4 modules on the layer creates about 1,400 iron an hour, which gets around 6,000 total. You're around 5,400 iron an hour for the 4 down here, and then you stack that up, you get about 36,000 an hour, which is 6 layers. So yeah, so we're going to be doing the small kill chambers here that combine the 2 in between the whole way up. Now you don't need glass every block here. You can do every 3rd block like this, and the iron golems won't be able to get out. But I think it looks better if you just do every piece of glass here. Obviously it's not the cheapest thing to do, but there's glass panes, so it does help a little bit with the expensiveness. But obviously if you do it on a large scale, that's still a lot of glass, especially for the sides here. And yeah, so there will be a material list down in the description below. And we're going to get started with this. We're going to start with the center here. So the center area right here, we're going to start with this. Then we'll do the spawning pads, and then we'll do the kill chambers, and then we'll show you guys how to get the zombie and the villagers in place, which isn't too difficult. I've done this a lot of times, so I know my way around it. So yeah, material list for 1 layer will be down in the description. This will not include all of the glass panes to connect them, so you pretty much got to add about 2 stacks for 1. So that's 2 stacks there, 2 stacks, 2 stacks, 2 stacks. So pretty much each one right here is about 32 blocks above. So it gives you about 64 blocks. Come on, these 2. That's a bit of an estimate, but you should pretty much have enough there. And we have mob spawning. So yeah, let's get to the tutorial. Alright, to start out, you're going to need 142 by 142 enclosure. Now, so say you don't have a perfect area, you will 142 blocks goes out to right here on every side. So you can see just how much area you have that you aren't actually using. But the furthest blocks that you need to go out is 142 by 142. So these over here are 142, 142 in the same way with this right here. So those are the furthest blocks out on your farm. That does include the decoration on the outside, whether you choose to do it like this or not. That is just what I did. That adds this. This make sure that if any golem gets pushed out, they will still fall into the water and then eventually make their way into the lava. Now, we could do this on all sides. If you don't want to do the glass pillars all the way up, you could extend this over here about like 3 or 4 blocks, and it would provide the same thing. But I find the glass pillar to be more reliable, because you never know how far they can get pushed off. They could get pushed off pretty far. This way, it's a little hard for them to get pushed this way. That's why I only have this little 3 block right here. But this way, where they fall right on top of each other, they could pretty much go about 7 to 8 blocks in one direction. So that would bulk up this thing a little bit. So that's why I want the glass there. Personal preference, if whatever you want to do, you can just extend that water stream all the way around to here. And then if you want to do that instead of doing all the glass, would be cheaper for you if you don't want to do all the glass, but that's completely up to you. So yeah, 142 from that furthest block back there to that one over there. Alright, so we are on one of the corners. We are not starting in the center, because I will leave the item collection to you, however you want to decide it to do it. So yeah, we're going to do 5 blocks right here, then come on the other side. You can do whatever side you want. So yeah, we're going. So we started right here, and we did 4 blocks here, and then 5 blocks on this side, facing this direction that we just started placing from. So on here, you're going to place 3 comparators, 2 redstone dust, 3 more comparators go in the opposite direction. A solid block could be anything, and then a dust right here. You're going to place a torch on top of this block. You're going to place a block on top of that, with another torch, a block on top of that, with a torch on top of the block this time. Got a little bit of thunderstorming going on, so we're going to clear that. And then on top of this block, you're going to place, on top of that torch, you're going to place a block with a rail, a powered rail, and you're going to go up 1 right here. Then you're going to go down, 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 as far as you can go down. Then you're going to place a solid block. This is very important. It needs to be a solid block right here. With, it could be glass right here. And then you're going to place a solid block right here. Torch on the back, so power in that block from this block right here. Powered rail on top of that, so you got it powered right there. Detector rail, regular rail, regular rail, regular rail, regular rail, regular rail on top right there. So regular rails all the way up. If you want, you could put a powered rail right here, which I actually would advise to do a powered rail, since you get enough, just so you get enough momentum. It will occasionally bug out, so if you do want to power it, you can put a solid block right here, torch, and a like that, and a solid block on top, so that you can actually power that rail. If you want to do it that way, then you can as well. If you want to do that, but it's a little bit more expensive, put power rails all the way up here. But that will mess up with the timings, so I would advise regular rails right here, because this is like as close to the perfect timing as I could get for this farm. So I wouldn't advise putting any more powered rails here, because you will probably lose out on a spawn that rotation, because these are so close to each other. Or the time this track is perfectly timed here. So on top of this detector rail, you're going to want to put 2 glass right here. Then on top of the solid block here, we're going to put a glass, glass, glass. And this is where you're going to start the next one. So we're going to put a regular rail there, regular rail there. You're going to go over 1 right here, the solid block. Then you're going to go down 1, so you leave a gap right here. Place that redstone torch with a powered rail. Then you want to do the same thing. You're going to go up, and then you're going to go down 4. So you can get, if you want to do the glass, or the solid block again, you can do 2 glass, 1 solid block, and a glass. Put that torch there if you want. If you want to do the power, this is where you put the powered rail. Then you do the 1, 2, 3, 4 regular rails, and then we can do the solid block here, glass block, solid block. And yeah, we're going to put the detector rail there, regular rail or powered rail there, torch on the back of that glass block to power that powered rail. And then we're going to come down 1 from the detector rail here, giving us a little gap. And this could be made out of glass. This makes it spawn proof as well. Just in case, you never know. So you're going to come out one like that. So you're going to go out towards the outside, not the inside with this. It's very important there. Then you're going to do 3 more blocks here, plus a 4th one. So 2 dust right here. So if we're going towards here, you need to put the comparators that way. Into a block, you can get rid of that glass block if you want. The torch on the back side right here. Dust right there, and then 3 more comparators. And you're going to connect these 2 up by putting a block on top of that torch. And then a torch right there, which will then power that one off once we get a signal from here. So yeah, now you have half of it right here. So now you got to connect, pretty much just reverse this and connect them up. To go across here, down here, underneath that block, place a solid block, and I'm going to start the next thing over again. So could be a glass block there. And you want to do, make sure this one right here has to be a solid block. Then we have a glass block, up 1 for a solid block if you want to do the torch method. If you don't need a solid block here, you can leave it a glass. And you're going to go up 2, 3, down 1. On the side right here, so a straight line you're going on across, and then down 1, solid block, glass block, solid block, glass block, up to a solid if you're doing the torch one, glass, 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 across 1 for the solid block there. Then you want to do a glass across, and then glass on top right there. Then your 2 glass on top of this right here. And you have your inside pretty much done. All you gotta do is get the rails and the redstone. So let's do that again. Torch on the back right here. Powered rail, detector rail, powered rail, torch there to power that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Powered rail there. 2 regular rails. Torch on the back right here. Powered rail, detector rail, powered rail, torch right there. Then 4 regular rails, powered rail, and then 2 regular rails. Now you have your complete minecart loop right here. Now a couple things of redstone, so come down, do a little gap right here. 1, 2, 3, block up there, like that. So dust on the sides right here. Go back towards this on the outside, and go back towards the solid block on the inside. Torch, block, torch, block, torch on top. 1 more time. So 5 blocks right, or 4 blocks there. 1 block up, 1 block on the side there. Then 3 dust, 3 comparators going that way, 3 comparators going that way. It's important that we have this detector rail powering this block as soon as possible, so that when the zombie gets up to there, it doesn't go off. So you have it on the other side if you have the comparators flipped like this. This will not power this block right here, unless you would swap this over and then do it that way, but then that makes the whole thing really difficult to link up. So it's important that you do it on the right side, and then have the comparators in the right direction, so that from this we go 3 comparators into that block, 3 comparators the other way, into a block with a torch, block on top, torch on the side there, block and torch. And there you go. There's your simple, the track with the redstone. Now people do this with water. I think the redstone is more reliable, in my opinion. So yeah, I would advise build this in spawn chunks, or else you would get some things where this comparator clock will not run out, and you have to come in here, break a redstone dust, wait for the thing to fade out, and then place that redstone dust back in again. I wouldn't advise trying to chunk load this unless you want to come to every single one and shut them off yourself, which wouldn't be very easy to do if you're doing it on a large scale like that. So yeah, I would advise building the spawn chunks. So now we're going to cover this. If you are using a zombie, you will want to cover this. If you want to use a husk, you could use the same thing as well. So we're going to go up 3 from this 2 blocks on top of the detector rail. So 1, 2, 3. and you're going to want to put a slab, bottom slab. Make sure it is a bottom slab or else we get mobs to spawn up here. Now this could be glass. Well, no, this can't be glass. It needs to be a solid block, or else the zombie that you have here will burn. But if you have a husk, you don't need to worry about these blocks at all on every single module, so that will save you a bit of blocks. But if you want to do the husk and you have a spawn next to a desert, it's up to you. So you will need one zombie for every module, though. That is thing. It's not too bad to get. That's your center pretty much done. All you need to do is get a zombie in here and you're perfectly fine. Which we'll do that later. And just to make it everything spawn proof, I will put glass on top of any solid block here. So what I did for mine is I filled this whole thing in, but all you really need is the glass on top of the 2 solid blocks for your torch tower right here. And that will pretty much spawn proof everything. If you do see mobs trying to spawn on here, they shouldn't, but that could be different in different versions. So if you want, just put glass on top of everything here and you'll have no issue, but this will be perfectly fine if you're in 1.16. Alright, now on to the villager chambers. We're going to go out 1, 2, 3, down 1. Right there. So that's what you're going to do. From the corner, you're going to go out 1, 2, 3, and then right underneath here is where you're going to have your villagers. On top of this glass block, very important. Well, it doesn't have to be glass, as long as it's a wakeable block. So as long as it's not a bottom slab, you're perfectly fine. So that's again 1, 2, 3, down 1 like that. Put that on sides right here. So that's 3 from this corner rail. And then down. And it's very important on here, you put a redstone dust. You don't not have to do any redstone over here. This is just to make sure that it's not spawnable. Which you're using glass, it doesn't really matter, but just to be extra cautious, put the redstone dust on there. Alright, now for the beds. We're going to go 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, and 2 blocks here. Now this will change on every side, but yeah. So over here, pretty much there's always 2 beds on the left side. So if you're facing the center here, you get 2 beds on the left side and then 1 bed like that. So 2 beds over here, 1 bed like that. Not bed there, bed there, bed there. So yeah, bed on all. Oh, don't want to sleep. Bed. Make sure the pillows are close to the center. They all need to face the center, or else you will have issues. And then once all the beds are in place, break the glass. Not the glass with the redstone on top. You can keep that as your wake up position for every one of your villagers. And then on the outside here, you can use walls. This is just to allow line of sight to the zombie for the villagers. And they also cannot jump over this or fit through here. So now, all you got to do on top of this, place the 6 pieces of string, followed by the 6 pieces of carpet. And you're pretty much all done. You can do it on all 4 sides here. So the string on top of the beds with the carpet on top of that. This pretty much makes it the only possible location for the villagers to wake up is on that glass with the redstone on top. And it's very important because in 1.15 they couldn't wake up. As long as you had this right here, they wouldn't be able to wake up on the pillow or the bed, so they would always go to that block. But they changed that in 1.16, so now they can wake up on these blocks right here. So you just gotta do that same thing with the carpet and the string. And they will be forced to wake up on this glass block right here. That's why it's very important to get rid of the glass that you place underneath here, or temporary blocks you place underneath here, so that they would only wake up on that one spot or right there. Now there is one thing if you want to help the zombie out a little bit, is to place these 4 glass blocks right here on every side. This will pretty much force the zombie right here to only look at these guys right here. Now, it's not needed. The zombie will correct themselves, but I think it helps out a little bit to make sure that he is scaring the correct ones, because if he's wasting his time on the other ones, then nothing will happen. So yeah, it's 2 blocks. So you're going to go up 1 here to the power rail, and then cut that off like that. So yes, the minecart will get stuck. No, the minecart will go right through this. It's only going down. The minecart will have an issue, which the minecart should not go the other way, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, so now we're onto the spawning platforms. Alright, so now for the spawning platforms, you're going to want to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a diagonal block right there. Now, these do need to be solid blocks here, or else the golems will not spawn. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and then a diagonal block towards the outside, not the inside, the outside. And now these can be top slabs here, but I would prefer you at least do the first one here, all solid blocks, just because that seemed to have worked better over there. As you can see, when I was testing it, this full section right here was solid blocks, not slabs, and that didn't seem to give me the golem pretty much every time. And if you do want to use slabs to be a little bit cheaper, just know it will not work more reliable than the solid blocks. So you get rid of those blocks. You're going to go one to come from this one. You're going to go 1, 2 from that block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll give you a 7 wide spawning platform right here. And then you're going to want to take this 7 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you should have an 8 block long thing. And you're going to connect all of this. This will be where the golems will actually spawn from the farm here. So this is your first layer where the golems will spawn. And then on the outside here, you're going to want to go out 1 like this and place glass panes on the side here. I found glass panes to work better. So you have a glass block right here. Sometimes the golem actually spawn inside the block right here, which he will again get stuck. Even though the water is pushing him, he will get stuck here. So given the glass pane gives that them extra half a block right here, so that even if they spawn all the way in the middle right here, they will still get pushed by the water. So then you're going to continue this glass pane all the way across here, your 8 wide platform here, and you're going to want to make it too high so the golem cannot get on top. Now, some of you will notice that if you watch this thing work for the first time, you will see that the golem, if he spawns out here or over here, he can see that zombie right here and he will fight the current. That is perfectly fine. You will most likely not lose out on the next spawning attempt. There is some cases where the golem is still like all the way back here and sees the zombie, and he gets stuck here for a little bit longer, so it takes him longer to get down out of the range of the zombies or the villagers. That would be the only case where you would not get a spawn. Now you can kind of prevent that by putting a couple of blocks here, but you don't want to put any blocks near the villagers because then they can wake up in that position. So it's better just to leave it like this. And if you miss one spawn attempt, it's not the end of the world, because the next one over there we got to get the golem. So it's not like you're missing out on too much here. That's just something I found out when I was testing the farm. So just for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to use solid blocks here. I'm going to go down 1 right here. And you're going to want to go 8 blocks as well. So you're going to want to go 7 blocks out as well. Make it 8 blocks in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then connect this area together. Now these ones on here can be slabs. They could be top slabs or bottom slabs, whatever you'll prefer, but I feel like that if you want to be cheap about it, you can use this top slab right here. That will work just as well. And then the last one right here we're going to do is just the 4 long. That will go all the way across as well. Then at the end here, you're going to want to put the fence gates, open them up, and then you're going to want to continue your glass panes all the way up. So on the first drop, first block of your next platform, you're going to want to put another glass pane on top. So you have a 3. That's just to make sure when they fall down like this, they won't be able to jump on the side here. So you have at the very first block of the platform, they fall down, you're going to want to have a 3 block tall. So right here, 3 glass panes, And then right here as well, you're going to want to do the 3 glass panes. And then connect them all up. There you have like that. And that's your spawning platform with transportation out of the range of the villager. So yeah, water on here. Now you will need water for every layer. And then there you go. There's your transportation of the golem out of the way of the villagers. So the way we did this, and the reason we did this, is so we can stack it. So if we didn't do this and we just dropped them off right here, so say we just dropped them off right here, the next golem that spawned from the next layer above would fall down, and that will be in the range of these villagers, so they will see that golem and then reset their timer, which would then mess up the golem, the zombie over here. So if the zombie comes right now, after that golem just fell down and the villagers detected that guy, you would not get another golem to spawn, which would create an issue, which would make the thing not stackable. So that's why we did it all the way out here. So we did 20 blocks. So the golems are on the 21st and 22nd block out here, which is out of their range. So yeah, that's one of the transportation things done. Now you do it on the other side. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 out towards the outside, not the inside. And then you're always going to want to go outside again, not towards the inside of the farm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll give you your 7 by 8. And then the first one needs to be solid blocks. If you want to get the better spawning rates, I would advise using the solid blocks, not the slabs, for this first layer at least. And then the other 2 layers you can use slabs if you want. So let's get all these guys in, and then you can do the same thing for all the other sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, out towards you, to the outside. And then you're going to go 1 towards the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 towards you. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you go. There's your actual spawning pads there. Now you just have to do the same layer by layer thing over on the other side. So I'll do that one more time. So you're going to want to go down 1 right here, connect it all the way across. This can be slabs again, like I said. Then you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you want to fill that all in. Then down 1 again. Then you're only going to go 1, 2, 3 here. And then fence gates right here, on top, on the side, 1 block out. Make sure they're open so the golems can fall through. And you're going to want to connect all this up. Then your glass panes. So on the first one, every time when they fall down, you're going to want to do 3 here. All the way across. Or where they drop down. 1, 2, 3. Connect that all up. And then same thing right here. They are a bit of a pain to place if you don't have that offset with Tweakeroo. But even on top, it's still very difficult to place. So this will take you a little bit longer to place. And then, yep, up here again. And this just allows the golems that spawn on the very edge of the blocks to not get stuck inside the wall. Now you could use fences here as well, but I think the glass just looks better in my opinion. That's completely up to you. You can use fences or walls on the side here to stop them from going out, but I just find that the glass looks better to me, so it's all personal preference. Now you can place your water in. So if you are using slabs here, it will waterlog the slab. So I would advise, at least if you're going to place the water, have these blocks right here. solid blocks so that you can place the water source or the water bucket along the edge right here. Alright, there we go. We have it fixed now. Make sure you count so that it is 8, 8, 4. What you want to do there. So yeah, now you gotta do it on the other two sides. And we'll be back once you're done with this. So yeah, a little bit of building ahead of you. And a lot of painful glass placing. Alright, so when you're finished, you should have something that looks pretty much like this, minus the color of the beds, building blocks, and glass panes. They will look a little bit different. But hopefully it looks pretty similar in the dimensions. And yeah, you have one module completely done, besides the kill chambers for them. So if you do want to just do one stacked up, you will need to do 4 corner kill chambers, which I'll leave up to you. That's what they look like over here. We'll go see what they look like over here. Now you could do the same thing I did with the center one. You could just drop them straight into lava. But on the edge ones, I would advise doing this over here so that you can catch the golems that fall on the outside here, which does happen. Not frequently, but it does happen. If you are doing the just the one stack it up, I will show you how to build those guys on the end right there. But if you are going to connect it, which I really advise you do, it is very much worth it. Unless you're limited on space, which I would understand if you are. You could just stack this one up as much as you want. So yeah, if you want to connect them up, this will be pretty easy. You're just going to repeat the same thing over here, and you can choose whatever one you want to connect. So say you have more space towards over here, you're going to want to connect these two. These will be your ones you're going to connect to the next ones. So you're going to want to go out to here, from here, and then on top of this block right here, you're going to want to place more fence gates. Make sure they're opened up. And then you can start your next chamber, pretty much. So you're going to basically just mirror what you have here all the way up, and then so 8 long there. Connect that up. And then right here will be your spawning layer, so you need to make sure this is solid blocks if you want to get the maximum efficiency. The 8 block long. And then there you go, you have it connected to the next one. So then you can pretty much just start building the same thing over here. So what we're going to do, we'll put the glass there, obviously. So you're just going to want to reverse what you did here. So you're going to go 1 out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to put your redstone dust there. Then that will be your wake up position for your villagers. So you can do your 2 beds like this. And then 1 bed on the side like that. Your 2 walls. The string on top of the beds with the carpet on top of the string. And then there you go. You have your next area to start connecting them up. So you do the same thing over here. So same thing over here. Go out. Place the trap of the fence gates. Open them up. Go out 1 more. Connect them all the way across. This is the 4 one. And you're going to have the 8 one right here. Then up 1 and another 8. This is your spawn layer again. So this one they need to be solid blocks if you want to get the better spawn rates. Connect that all up. And then from the right corner, You're going to want to go out 1. So then 1, 2, 3, 4. Redstone dust. Break all that. And then your beds coming towards spawning platform. 2 beds like that, 1 bed like that. Break all the glass. String on top of the beds. Carpet on top of the string. And then your walls. And then you're good to go on this one as well. So these are 2 separate modules, as you can see. This one and that one. Turn the overlay on for the schematic, you can see that that is that one over there. That one is that one over there. So you now figure out how to connect them up. And yeah, this will create your 2 center or your 4 center ones if you do this right this. So you do the same thing if you want to connect the 4th one over there. Just do the same thing with the fence gates there. Come out 1, do another layer of fence gates, then the 4, the 8, the beds, and then you can figure out how to connect them all up. And then once you're done, you should have them all look like this. If you wanted to do the 2x2 like I'm doing. And yeah, now it's time to show you how to get the villagers in. You're almost done. Alright, so I'd recommend building a villager breeder very close by. And then getting them in minecarts. That is the easiest way that I have found to get the villagers in place. So what you want to do is come up to from anyone you want to start with. And then you're going to want to encase this so that they can only fall right here. Then I would give them about 2 blocks so that you can stand here as well. Then I would place another glass block right here. So you have this little thing right here. And then you can enclose this. You're going to want to bring rails right here. I would recommend powered rails, but if you can't, that's perfectly fine. So say we build the villagers from over here and down like this. I wouldn't recommend building this out of glass. The only block you would need out of glass right here is this one right here so they don't suffocate when they go through the block here. So I'm going to build out like netherrack or something like that. It's instant mineable, so you don't have any issue. So yeah, I'm going to bring them up like this. All in the minecart. Sure you have all these rails powered. Now they aren't the easiest thing to get into the minecarts if you're going to push them in. I would recommend an automatic mob loader into the minecarts, which is a bit easier. So you don't have to do this every time, but you want to spawn your villager in, get them near the track, and you're going to want to push the minecart a little bit back and forth, and he should get in. There you go. So if you want to have any issues, place him on this regular rail right here. Get him in the back corner and push it into him. And then once you're ready to send him off, push him out. He'll go right up to here. He should stop right on that last block right there. Perfect. Now if you have your elytra or whatever, you can go through like that. Just jump through. If you don't have an elytra, you can use the trap door. Go underneath like that. And then you have this block here so that he can't force you this way. You're going to want to break the minecart and then push him in. He will take a little bit of damage. Sometimes they do. If they jump, they will take a little bit of damage. But if they don't jump, then they'll be perfectly fine. Now you have 1 villager in there. Now, just for the sake of the video, I'm going to spawn 2 more in there. Then now you have all 3 villagers. And you're going to want to let them sleep. Obviously, if you're doing more than 1 chamber, or one chamber, I'm going to call it. So if you have all 4 of these, obviously it will take you more than 1 day to get them all in. And then they will sleep automatically, but if they have not slept, they will not spawn a golem. So make sure that you sleep before you activate the zombie in the center here. So just for the video, we're going to spawn the rest of the villagers in, but I showed you how to get at least 1 villager in. So you got to do that for every one now. This will be a very long-winded process, but it is easy to me. I mean, I've done it a lot of times, and the only issue I had sometimes is when they would fall into here, they would just start running around in circles because they would take damage, but then they would settle down. They cannot get out at all, so you don't have to worry about that. They can't fit underneath the carpet here, even though we can fit underneath here. If there aren't villagers in the beds, we can fit underneath that. And then they cannot jump over this, like I said. And they cannot fit through the corner here, so there's no way for them to get out. The only issue you have really is getting them into the minecarts, but if you spend some time, get a one that works automatically, you won't have an issue. So yeah. Now we're going to spawn the rest of these guys in right here. Let them all sleep. And then we can bring the zombie in. So for the zombie, I recommend getting the cart with the zombie in it right here. So that when you push him in, he gets sent off right away. You don't have to do anything yourself. So make sure that when you have it, this rail stays like that. Or else if you have it like this, the zombie is going to go flying right off the edge. So make sure the rail's in the right spot. And yeah, same thing. They are a little bit more difficult because they will attack you. But if you are going to move the zombie, I recommend doing it at night so that you don't have a zombie chasing you or a zombie burning in the daylight. You don't want that. You can put a helmet on him to stop that. But moving in at night, as it will be a bit more dangerous if you're not in the sky. But everything up here should be non-spawnable. So you shouldn't really have an issue at all. Because the only spawnable blocks will be these spawning chamber for the golems themselves. But you have water on there so no other mobs can spawn there. So you're going to get a zombie in a minecart. He will start to aggro to the villagers because he can see them through the glass. There you go, get him in. And then once he's in there, he gets sent straight off. And they will probably skip the first one if you send them on too quick. But that's not an issue. They will, once they go around once or twice, they will be perfectly fine. And then here we go, get a golem. First two golems are already done. So I would advise doing the zombie last, and we'll get the kill chambers in place before this, or else you would have an issue because they would just keep spawning the golems. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of one of these torches so that the zombie stays there once he falls down. And then we can basically pretty much shut the farm off like that. So we already have golems down here. So you've got all 4 golems, which gave us 100% spawn rate, but that's just the first time. You will occasionally miss one golem. That's just based off where they spawn. Like I said, if they spawn here, they will pretty much be able to see the zombie get held up there and then take longer to get out of the range. Well, yeah, now you can repeat that for all 4 sides. I would wait for the zombie. I wouldn't put the zombie in yet until we get the kill chambers in, or else you would get a lot of golems, and that will cause a lot of lag, potentially crashing your game or the server you're playing on. So yeah, let's do the kill chambers now. Alright, so we're going to start with the outside killing chambers, not the center ones. These are going to be the more difficult ones to do. So you're going to want to come out 4 blocks from your glass panes that you have here on the edge here. Very important they stay glass panes. If you put regular blocks, the golems will get stuck. So say this one on the very end side. If you come around right here, they will get stuck right here. Now we can fall through that because it is 1 block, but the golems are 2 blocks wide, so they will not be able to fall through that. So it's very important it is glass panes. Then you want to place a block there. Do it on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that on both sides right there. Then we're going to do the top section to secure all of the golems that fall extra, so that when they get pushed out, sometimes they will still stay in the water and not be on the outside like that. So you're going to want to go 3 blocks, 3 stairs out. This doesn't have to be stairs. This is just to make sure that they're not spawnable. So this can be glass if you want to do that, or bottom slabs. This is a decoration one. So it looks like that one over there. A little bit more effort put into the decoration there, but if you want to do that, you can. You just want to make sure that these blocks right here that you're placing are non-spawnable. Alright, we'll do the water chamber up there in a little bit. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be a stair if you want to do decoration. Then you're going to come out and connect them right to there. You're going to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. I'm going to do the decoration because that's the stair. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to do the decoration, that's a stair right there. So you're going to connect these stairs up to the other stairs on the side here. Then you want to fill this in. And then you connect these up on the corner stairs. Or if you have it on there on the outside, connect those up to the top here. And then it's very important that you keep these glass panes all the way up, or else you will get golems that are stuck on the side here. So right there has to be, these 4 blocks right here need to be glass panes, so that when the golem falls, they will not get stuck on the side. If you want to be extra safe, you can make these ones panes as well. That one you can base a solid block there. But it is very important that at least these 4 right here, all the way up, are glass panes, or else the golem will get stuck, and then you'll have an issue. Then for the lava, you're going to want to come up 1 block from here, so up 2, and then over 1. So you have a gap right here for the items to flow through. You're going to want to make it too wide right here, then you want to extend the glass right to there. So you have a 3 block long from the center right here. So 1 there, 2 there. And if you want to add the decoration like I do, I put 2 glass there, blocks on the bottom, wrapping around, giving it a 1 block right there. Then you connect this up, 3 blocks up on top of that, go on top of that like that. Then you would just put glass right here. In the corner, put the regular solid block. And then you can place your lava from up here. Before you place the lava, you will want to put your fence gates in so that the lava does not flow down. And if you want to be safe on the lava, you can do every other. Like that. And the lava will look like this. So even though it looks like you're missing a block here, the golems will still, because they are 2 blocks wide, they'll still either be in one of the sides here. But if you want to have it look clean, you're going to have the lava blocks in every one. That'll give you your solid blade right here. And then, yeah, you're almost done. Put some fence gates right here as well. All along. Open them up. And you're going to want to put a wall here. This can be full solid blocks right here. You're going to want to make that 4 high. Decorate it however you want. Then you're going to want to come 2 blocks out like this. So you can close it like that. So you have no other way for the golems to fall out. And if you want to do a decoration one like I do upside down stairs on top or below these regular stairs. Glass right here. And then the upside down stairs underneath here. Connecting the corner glass. Then fence gates 1 block in front. Make sure they're open. And then the water buckets across like that. And then you're going to want to put your water on the bottom right here as well. That's why you have those fence gates there to stop the water. And then you are fully done with your end kill chamber. Now you will want to make sure that right here is not spawnable. So what I would do is I put the stairs like that to encase it. And then your item output will be on these 2 blocks right here. So however you want to collect them right here, I would advise a water stream. Since it is short enough, you can put 1 water stream and have it go all the way across to here. If you want to do it that way, then all your items will come out right here. So yeah, there you go. And you do that on all the other corners that you have. And then you have your outside corners. This one I'm going to put over there, on that side back there, those two, and then those two. So the two that aren't connected to anything on each module, you want to do that on every one. And then, yeah. Now onto the center one right here, once you're done that. Alright, so for the inside one, you're going to want to begin off by connecting these outside blocks right here, so make sure that golems cannot fall outside of the kill chamber. So on any side you want, you're going to want to go down 2, so come out 1 from here, down, then a non-spawnable block there. Do that on all 4 sides. So from here, out, down, right there. Then you're going to want to connect these up. This can be the only ones that need to be solid or panes right here are the outside right here. So the only ones that need to be panes are these ones right here, because if the golem spawns again, like I said, over here, he'll still spawn straight through. If you have regular blocks here, that will block them, and then they will fall right on top of here. So that makes sure that these 2 blocks in between these are at least glass panes. And you connect this up with glass panes if you want as well. These can be solid blocks, like I said, but glass panes have worked better for me. And then to go down again, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to do decoration upside down stair. That will be the bottom of the kill chamber. You're going to want to bring this out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you can connect them like that. And this down here is solid blocks or glass blocks, whatever you want to do, or slabs. And now it's very important that you choose what side you want to bring the items to. So if you want to have the storage in the center, you're going to want to build it to the center. So if you're going to do whatever side you want to do, the opposite side, this needs to be glass panes to keep that there. And I would advise to keep this glass panes as well, down to pretty much where you can have 1 gap right here for the items to flow through. Then you're going to want to get blocks up to the top here, the top of those glass blocks that you put on top. So 4 blocks in total, all the way up to the glass block you put up there. And the side here could be whatever you want. I like to see the golems dying with the glass. You can at least confirm that your farm is still working. And then up here, I just separate them. Regular block of choice, but it's all subject to change, whatever you want to do for your decoration. So now you pretty much have it all done. We just need to get in here, place some fence gates. This could be signs as well, but could be signs if you have fire spread turned off. I would advise to use the signs, or if you have fire spread turned on, I would advise to use the signs. And then you can go to the back here, place your water. That should flow all the way right to the edge. And then you can place your lava on the opposite corners here. That should cover everything, like that. Now if you want to make it look cleaner, you can obviously fill it with the whole thing with lava, but that is not needed. The only blocks that need to be lava are those 2 right there. That will cover your whole killing chamber. Like that. And then now if we go outside, you can see your output would be right here. And then you can connect this up to a water stream and then transport it to your storage. It should be somewhere in the center. It's like the same one over here. Your items come out on this side over here. You can then transfer your items over there with a water stream. And then, yeah, that's going to do on the other 3 in the center there. Alright, so once you have all those done and all this ends there for the kill chambers, if you want to be daring and stack them up, we're going to go over to the center 2 right here. So these 2 are your center 2 blocks for your tower. And you're going to want to go up 32 blocks here. So you're going to go 32 blocks. This is very important that it is glass panes, so that when the golems fall, they do not get stuck. So these blocks that you're connecting them with to stop the golems from spreading need to be glass panes, or else you would run into issues. So that's your 30-second block right there. Then on that first one that you did, you can place your fence gates. So that's 7 wide. So it's 5, 6, 7. Open them up. Then here you will have your golem transportation right here. Then you would go up, up again. This would be your spawning layer right here. And then right here, you will see that this is right on top. If you go in free cam, you go straight down. This is right on top of this guy right here. So if you do it right, you will have that on top of there. So let me go out one here, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Place the redstone dust. Out 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Then 2 beds. Your wall. Your string and your carpet. Get rid of those blocks. Now if we turn the schematic on right here, you will see that we're in the perfect spot to connect the rest of it up. So then you would do your same thing here. 1, 2, 3. And then you would do that whole center thing over again. And then that should everything should be right on top of each other. If we go down here, and you want to get the exact measurements between this and the next one. So on top of this slab right here, if you have a full block here, glass block, that works too. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 blocks up, you will then be in line with your redstone. 28 will give you that rail block right here. And 30 to the 32nd block is should be your slab roof. And then that will be how you know you have everything in the right place. And then you're good to stack them up. So yeah, once you're done stacking all 6 layers, if you want to do all 6 layers, or if you want to do 2, 3, however you want to do, how many ever you can fit, you will list something like this, and you will be perfectly done. If all your kill chambers in, and then how I do the collection is I put them into packed ice water streams, funnel it to the center, and then I would funnel it all of them to the center right here, where then you would have your storage linked up to here. So yeah, that's your full quad iron pile tutorial. And yeah, this thing produces, with the 6 layers right here, about 36,000. If you do the single layer, you're about 5,000 a layer, almost 6,000 a layer. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I will try to help you out best as I can. But yeah, very important things is the glass panes, to make sure that they don't get stuck when they fall down. So anywhere there's glass panes, I would advise to use glass panes, just so no golems get stuck. And yeah, so if you want to join the Discord and get the schematic file that way, if you want to get the whole schematic file or just the 1 layer like I have here, I have a 1 layer module, 1 layer thing, as well as a 6 layer schematic. So if you want to use that, you can request it in the Discord and request it, and I will give it to you. And yeah, so make sure you like, subscribe, all those sorts of things, and I'll see you in the next one.